We came, Josh Selleck, who was in the city manager of Kilgore, came and got together with the city manager in Longview and talked about doing some development along the Sabine River. A lot of people use that river for fishing and camping and recreation, and started kind of catching momentum regarding, we possibly could do this with partnership with the Sabine River Authority, who's got grant funding that would be able to help us develop it. We just have to pay for the grant, the money to apply for the grant. So we've been talking about it, making some plans, looking at it for about 2 years, and so we finally got to this point now where it's time to hire the consultant to do the design of exactly where we're going to put these locations and exactly what we're going to do. And so today what the court did was accept the plan and approve going forward for the grant application to the Sabine River Authority to provide the funding that we think it'll need to develop. We've got 2 access points to the Sabine River right now. We're wanting to increase that to 4. And so they're looking at different access points that we can develop into not so much park areas, but areas that are very user-friendly to the people that want to get on the river and want to utilize the river, because there's some parts of the river that are very beautiful. If you've ever been down that river, there's a lot of places along that river that are very nice, and a lot of boaters use it today. A lot of fishermen go down there. A lot of people just go down there to sightsee. So we thought we could make it a lot more user-friendly with this grant, and so that's what the court did today.
And also you have representatives, because I saw where it says to apply for the grant is going to cost $18,000, but you had the city of Kilgore here, Representative White Oak, Gladewater, City of Longview,
and Lakeport,
here also.
Correct.
Tell me about how everyone being on board on this project.
Well, it was just a matter of reaching out to each one of the mayors and talking to them about this process. It's costs very little, because if it's funded by the grant funding by Sabine River Authority, and we've had numerous meetings with them, and this is exactly what they use their grant funding for, is to develop access points to the river to be utilized. And so we feel very confident that we're going to be able to get this grant, but the mayors were all on board with the development and access to the river, because this river goes all the way through Gregg County. It goes slant ways just about through every one of the cities it touches, and of course it's a third choice backup source for water. It's just a part of our county that we can develop and utilize and increase more recreation activities on it. So that was pretty much the vision, and everybody's really was for that. I was amazed when we had these public sessions where the public was invited to come and give input, how many people showed up. There was people very interested in doing something with the river, and so we're going to move forward with it. This is the first step. It's kind of a baby step to move forward and develop it, but we think long term this could turn out to be really a gem in terms of recreational use.
And one thing they talked about was the kayak and canoeing trail, where you'd be able to get on in Gladewater and go all the way down to 149.
That's correct.
Down that area to Lakeport.
Yeah, it's quite a river if you've ever floated it. I did when I was in my younger years. We would camp out along the river. There's tremendous amounts of vegetation. East Texas at its best in terms of the beauty. It's just a unique place that if people gave it a chance and went down it, they could see what we're talking about, and we think we can really turn this into something that people will utilize even better than they're utilizing it now.
And right now there's a ramp on 42, but it's not public access.
No, that's right. That's owned by a private private owner, and when we are going to develop 42 and widen all that, we're looking for a new entrance point that the Texas Department of Transportation will be working with Sabine River Authority and Parks, Texas Parks and Wildlife, to select a new entry point on 42 that'll be open to the public. It won't cost you anything. It'll be public access.
Going forward, I know y'all have to apply for the grant, but how do y'all see? How much would the grant be for, and how long will it take for y'all to find out y'all?
Well,
Forget
the grant itself, the cost to apply for the grant's around 18,000, and we're splitting that up through the cities and the county partnering to pay for that part of it. And the amount of the grant, I believe, is close to around 450,000. I believe that's the right number. It might be a little more, a little less, but that's the first. Our intentions are to take the first phase of this grant, develop what we want to develop, and then get together and decide how we want to make it even better. And then we'll go back to Sabine River Authority with new plans to see if we can add to what we've already done.
What would be the first phase of the grant?
It will, number one, will be identifying 2 more locations on the river to make accessible to the public. Right now, there's 2 that, really there's 1 now, there's 42, and on 149, the 42 is closed. We will find a new access point on 42, but then also add 2 more access points somewhere along the river in between those points. So there's going to be eventually there'll be 4 access points to the river.
And a project like this is part of getting more East Texans out and enjoying life outside of the house.
Yeah,
being able to enjoy nature.
The river has always gotten kind of a bad rap from a lot of different directions, but it's really a very important drainage and water source throughout Texas. It goes all the way down to the coast. So it's a long running river, and it originates up right outside of Dallas, and so it's from the Red River all the way coming down through here. And so it's a very important natural resource for drainage, and as well as for utilizing from the public. You know, when it's not obviously flooding, and you've seen the Sabine River, when it's up, and you want to stay off of it because it's pretty dangerous. But what's in the levels now, or maybe a little higher, it's very pleasant. You can go down with a motorboat. You can travel the entire length of it, and really see some amazing, beautiful views of East Texas nature. So we think that a lot of people will use it, and will be excited when we open up these other parts of the river to get to.
And just to clarify, with this grant right here, not only for the ramp, but also for to help improve the river, like for the canoeing and kayaking trail.
Oh yes, there's so many things that when we had that public comment, the ideas were very good ideas. It just takes money. It just takes a lot of money to try and clean up the river in certain areas and make it more accessible. I mean, it just takes time and it takes money, and this is just the first step.